So, last Friday, the playoff rounds were revealed for the Champions League. This new format where 16 teams are going to be fighting for a chance to not even reach a quarterfinal, just to be in a round of 16. And although teams like Barcelona, Liverpool, Leverkusen, massive teams have made it onto the round of 16, there are some still great matchups that are going to be happening in this new playoff round implemented by UEFA. So in this video, I'm gonna go ahead and go over my predictions for the Champions League playoffs. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with PSG versus Brest, a French Champions League playoff match. And I mean, I'm pretty sure Paris is gonna beat Brest. I think they just beat them like 5-0 or something like that. And I mean, they just started Kvaratskhelia and they seem to be getting better by every game they play. So even though they ended up very low, they had a very poor Champions League, I mean, they seem to be picking up form, you know? It's a young team, and it seems like Luis Enrique is starting to get them to start fighting. Now, I do think that it's going to be an easy breeze for PSG. The next playoff match would be Monaco versus Benfica. Monaco, who are currently in third place in the League One Uber Eats McDonald's League, literally. Will they be able to beat Benfica, who, although they haven't been like this dominant team, just beat Juventus 2-0 quite comfortably and were able to put 4 goals past Barcelona and nearly beat them? Now the question is, who will be the winner? Because as we know, Monaco started off the Champions League very well by beating Barcelona, I believe 2-1. And as I said, Benfica played incredibly well against Barcelona and pretty much just dominated Juventus. So who do I think is going to win between these two teams? I think Benfica is going to win. Why? I don't know. I just feel it in my bones. They just give me that vibe, you know. They're trying to win and stuff, you know? So Benfica is going to be advancing on to the round of 16. Now the next match, Celtic versus Bayern Munich. I don't know much about Celtic. They're probably doing pretty good in the Scottish Premier League, but Bayern Munich, my gosh, they are so bad at defending. I mean, I've said this before in the mid-season review for Bayern Munich for the Bundesliga. My gosh, they are really mediocre, but it's Bayern Munich. Their attack is very good, even though the defense is not. So I think they're gonna win, and they're gonna ease past through Celtic. Now the next match is gonna be Club Brugge versus Atalanta. Club Brugge is actually a pretty dangerous club, you know. I mean, they love to play at the counter. They have very quick players, but I mean, Atalanta has just had a very good season. Yeah, they're not first in the Serie A, and they seem to have gotten a little of a drop off. But Atalanta, I mean, you just can't underestimate a team like Atalanta and just say that they're not going to be a formidable opponent to Club Brugge. So I just give Atalanta this win because, I mean, Atalanta are in third place. They're not gonna reach first, right? But they're in third place. They're not playing a bad football too. So keep in mind that. So yeah, Atalanta, I have Atalanta going through. Next up, PSV versus Juventus. Now PSV did beat Liverpool, but they were playing like Liverpool under 18s or something. So how much does that win mean? Maybe means something, you know. And Juventus also seems very mid, but it's a young team, and I'm pretty sure they have the talent to just get over the line. And it's not like PSV are doing absolutely incredible either. So yeah, I have Juventus going through. Now, up next, Sporting versus Borussia Dortmund. Now, this one is a very tough one. Yes, maybe I would say, come on, it's an easy one. It's Dortmund obviously going to go through. I mean, it's Dortmund, but I don't have it that clear. I mean, Sporting have dropped off horrendously after Ruben Amorim left the club. But it's not like Dortmund is right now having a good season or even a mediocrely good season. I mean, these guys are like in 9th place in the Bundesliga. They just sacked their coach and are overall going through a horrendous patch in their footballing history. Now, will the talent that Dortmund have carry them to the next round? Or will the talent of Sporting carry them to the next round? Well, I don't know. But as I'm saying here, I mean, they seem to have recovered some form. They haven't lost any of their last 5 games and just only received 1 draw out of those 5 games. And are pretty comfortably just 6 points above Benfica. I think that the pressures that Dortmund is facing right now, Sporting doesn't have them. And I mean, Dortmund is banking everything they can to make another Champions League final like they did last year with that old coach who also had an absolutely horrendous season. So I think that pressure, they just can't handle it, and I think they won't handle it. So for that reason, I think they're gonna go out against Sporting. So I have Sporting going through. Now, one of the most interesting matches here is gonna be Feyenoord versus Milan. If y'all don't know, Milan just purchased one of the good strikers that are currently in Europe right now, which is Santi Jimenez, fellow Mexican of ours, and he actually already played. He played, I believe, yesterday in the Coppa Italia against Roma, and he put an absolutely beautiful pass to João Felix, who they also brought in the transfer window. So this is Santi might end up scoring on Feyenoord, and it's gonna be an interesting game. But I think Milan just has it in the bag. You know, recently they've been in a lot better form than what they were a couple matches ago. I mean, even if Tammy Abraham starts, he scored a double against Roma. And as I said, they have João Felix and Santi Jimenez to reinforce that squad. To add to that, they have Christian Pulisic, who's in really incredible form. Reinders, who is also in incredible form. And I mean, when you have a Leao on your team, he may not be like in his best form right now, but it's Leao. He's a game changer that you have, creator. So I really think that Milan have everything to go for them, and Feyenoord, if they get through, it's gonna be a Cinderella story. And lastly, we've got the mid-off, Real Madrid versus Manchester City. How lucky were we to match up with Manchester City? Look, I don't care how weak City are, how bad they've been, how cheeks they've been. They've been absolutely horrendous. They've been horrendous, but that does not mean that they will not fight against Real Madrid. And we can't approach this game like if we're playing, no disrespect to Celtic, but as if we were playing Celtic. We're facing Manchester City, who won the Champions League just 2 seasons ago, who won the Premier League last season, who have dominated world football and seen as one of the best, if not the best team for at least 3 years, who still have, even though they have some old ass motherfucker in Gundogan and what else they have? Well, they don't have Kyle Walker anymore, but in Gundogan, in De Bruyne, talent is the last thing to go away, and these guys have talent. And let's not talk about Foden being able to whip one with his lefty outside the box, and Haaland just running through our defense, which is non-existent. Look, a lot of people have said that, oh, this is gonna be a walk in the park for Real Madrid. We just lost against Espanyol. We just lost Rudiger. We just lost Alaba. We just played against Leganés with a young center back Jacobo, who, granted, it was his first game, lots of pressure, pretty much has to fill that role because it's either him or Vallejo, and he massively underperformed. Tchouaméni, maybe he's the one that's gonna replace Rudiger for these 2 matches. But as I said, this is gonna be the ultimate mid-off, and this game is either gonna end 5-5, fucking goals raining all over the place, or it's gonna finish 0-0, going on to penalties. Now, I'm not gonna say I'm excited to see this game, because I am not. I am ready to just be furious, because I just know that Tchouaméni is gonna have to play. Rudiger is out because Ancelotti thought that, let me continue killing this man who has been an incredible and our only good center back. No offense to Asensio, but Rudiger's on another level. And let me go ahead and not give him a single time to rest. And now we are seeing similar stuff with Valverde, who has not seen a rest for, I don't know how long. This guy plays everything, and now they're going to play him as a right back. They're probably going to play him as a right back against City too. And I don't know how long Valverde's going to be able to last. But I'm assuring you this, if it continues to be Valverde game in, game out, with no rest, we're not going to see him. If we make it out of the out of the playoff round, he's not going to make it to the quarterfinal. And I gotta blame Florentino. I mean, we could have gotten a midfielder, we could have gotten a center back, we could have gotten a defense when we clearly needed it, and we didn't get nobody. Yeah, we got Trent, but Trent is for next summer. Ridiculous. I don't know what he was thinking. I really don't. I am furious by the fact that Ancelotti decided to risk Rudiger against, no offense, Leganés for a Copa del Rey. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's truly ridiculous to see Real Madrid in this position when the transfer window just closed. We should have gotten at least a loan or something. Not to mention that Manchester City just got Marmoush and signed a bunch of players, even a Roger replacement. Hopefully he doesn't work out, because if he works out, we're screwed. We are screwed. No amount of Mbappe, no amount of Vinicius is gonna save us if City click. So after ranting about this epic mid-off that we're gonna see, I still think Real Madrid is gonna go through. Of course, I gotta back Real Madrid. I'm a Madridista, come on. So, Madrid is definitely going through. I believe in Madrid, and that's that. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this little prediction video. Can't wait to see these games on Tuesday. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. And I'll see y'all on the next one.